I didn't have time for safety that night. I thought I was too good for the rules. That quote was from Charlie Moorcraft's interview on the HSI podcast. Stop Work Authority is the policy I would like to discuss with you today. I have personally worked in the oil and gas industry for the last 18 years. Safety culture has grown tremendously over the last decade, but you still get on those jobs where a boss is trying to make a name for themselves or just a real inexperienced crew. It takes a split second for an unsafe act to take someone's life. We're going to talk about some of these accidents and how they could have been prevented. I was listening to the HSI podcast, The Accidental Safety Pro, recently, and Charlie Moorcraft described the exact moment his life changed. He admitted he left his truck running near a gas leak to save a few minutes. He said, and I quote, I thought I was saving the company money, but I was really just gambling with my life. Charlie Moorcraft is now a motivational speaker on safety. Let's focus on the now, as this was not his original career path. Charlie used to work for ExxonMobil. He was working a night shift in August of 1980. He bypassed some safety steps that were put in place. The fumes from the manifold he was working on were highly flammable. When they reached the truck that he had left running, boom, an explosion happened. Charlie is covered in fire. He survived, but the accident changed his life. This scenario would have been very different if someone would have used stop work authority and not let Charlie proceed with his unsafe actions. What is stop work authority? Stop work authority is the practice of someone seeing an unsafe act or condition and stopping it, notifying all the individuals involved, having a discussion on how to resolve the unsafe act or condition, then resuming work once it has been resolved. By following these steps, we ensure that the boom Charlie experienced never happens on our watch. Why would we want to stop work? That's what we're being paid to do. We are paid to do a job, but we aren't paid to die for it. Most of the time, people follow safety practices. But what happens when it's close to quitting time and your workmate has one flange left to close up? It's on a scaffold, and he never checked out a harness for the day. Do you let him proceed, knowing the boss will be mad if you don't get the work done by quitting time? No. You stop the job and make him get the proper PPE. Imagine a green hand is tasked with rigging some pipe out of the rack. You notice the rigging is improper, and if he comes up on the crane, the load will shift and possibly smash him. Stop the job with your stop work authority, correct the rigging, and even help fly the pipe to the ground. We can't be scared of slowing down work to safely do our jobs. Even in our daily lives, we can apply stop work authority. Say you were outside of your loved one is getting ready to start edging the yard without any eye protection or hearing protection. Do you let them proceed? No. You use your stop work authority because you care for them and don't want to see them injured. On September 28th, 2012, I was sitting in the lunchroom of the Wynnewood refinery waiting for my shift to end. As we were loading up on the buses to be taken to the parking lot, we heard a loud boom, followed by evacuation alarms. 2 workers were lighting a boiler that was not properly vented, and it exploded, killing one of the workers instantly, and the other later died in the hospital. If one of those workers would have used stop work authority and verified everything before proceeding to manually light the boiler, their outcome would have been very different. Visualize a different September 28th. Visualize one of the workers using their stop work authority to verify everything before manually lighting the boiler. They would have noticed the fuel to oxygen ratio was too high and waited until it was safe to light. They also would have been getting on the bus that night and went home to the people they love, just like Charlie says we should. That is the world stop work authority creates, a world where the boom never happens. According to OSHA's 2024 Safety Bulletin, stop work authority isn't just a suggestion, it's a mechanism that empowers us to pause work without the fear of getting in trouble. OSHA states that employees must be empowered to act is the final line of defense. We have talked about the lessons Charlie Moorcraft learned the hard way, the dangers of moving too fast at quitting time, and the tragedy I witnessed at Wynnewood. I've seen what happens when we stay silent, and I've seen the lives saved when we speak up. Charlie Moorcraft said it best in that same HSI interview. He didn't have the time for safety that night because he thought he was too good for the rules. Let's learn from his 1980 tragedy so we don't have to live it ourselves. Use your stop work authority every time, no matter what. Our loved ones depend on us not only to make a living, but to come home every day the same way we left. Thank you.